You know what's better than a Royal Rumble return? This kind of return. But John Morrison ain't done. After this tremendous return announcement, he finally made his return on WWE television. Dude, it's so good. It basically went like this. Knock knock, I'm searching for The Miz. Hi. Wow. Just wow. And I thought that it would be a good idea to save this return for Royal Rumble. I was so wrong. We also got two twins returning, and one of them probably lost his driver's license. And the holidays ain't over yet, people, because we got a Christmas spirit. What a beautiful show. Happy New Year, everybody.
And if Shane McMahon returns, please send his ass to Raw.
Welcome, everybody, to a brand new episode of Greatness of SmackDown. The great one, you stupid idiot. There's NXT and AEW review. Well, NXT had a crappy show. It was basically recaps of every takeover of 2019, the best takeovers. And AEW just had a match after match after match, and I was like, there's seriously nothing to talk about, so I'm just going to skip it, and I'm going to start next week. Yeah, so let's talk about SmackDown, people. I honestly feel like it was a pretty good show. It felt like a restart button in a way, you know, a good way to kick off 2020 with some fresh returns, fresh rivalries. And it wasn't really a very good episode, but there's a lot of stuff to talk about because, like I've said, we got a bunch of returns, the Miz turning heel, so why don't we just start from the beginning of the show, which was the lowest point of the show, if I'm being honest. But before that, we got a backstage segment. The Miz talks to Daniel Bryan about how WWE Universal Champion The Fiend Bray Wyatt violated his home and went into where his daughter sleeps. And he basically says that you beat me, so you deserve that match, and I can't think of anything that I can do right now. So The Miz is basically lost. And he basically tells Daniel Bryan that you have to beat The Fiend at the Royal Rumble for everyone. And he walks off as we got the big dog smashing the ground, like dogs usually do. So at the beginning of the show, we got Sasha Banks and Bayley roasting the crowd. You see, people, a lot of people have their New Year's resolutions, their goals, but you see, people, they're all fat. They're all stupid, so of course they're not gonna achieve it. What a great promo, very unexpected, never heard that before. Crowd being stupid? Wow. They basically talk about being the leaders of the locker room, and we got Lacey Evans and Dana Brooke interfering, and Lacey Evans is basically mad that Sasha Banks insulted her daughter, and she's going to teach her a lesson. Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross interrupt, and they have no idea if it's even their business, but they won their WWE Women's Tag Team titles back. So they are going to be in the match. Well, you should probably go to Raw. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna get a championship opportunity after this match. I really don't think so. Anyway, so then we got the match, and honestly, it was way too long for something that people don't really care about that much, not the best way to kick off the show. I feel like we should have got like a Daniel Bryan promo or something along those lines. The Miz maybe turning heel, at the beginning of the show, or a return. I'm not quite sure. All I'm saying is, this is not the best way to kick off 2020 with this match. It wasn't bad, but it's hard to care about something like this. Anyway, Dana Brooke and Lacey Evans win the match after Lacey hits the women's right and Dana Brooke hits her crappy looking bomb senton from the top, whatever it's called. Anyway, they win the match, and that was basically it. So something I didn't see on last week's SmackDown was this. So basically, Dolph Ziggler destroyed the cake that Otis gave to Mandy Rose last week. I had no idea. She asks Otis if he saw that, and he did, and so did his mother. She apologizes, but they walk off. It's basically going to turn into this Rusev-Lana storyline from Monday Nitro, because I've heard that WWE want more of that. And we do as well. We seriously do. We got a pretty cool segment with the New Day and The Miz talking about what they achieved in 2019, or should I say the decade. They basically tried to hype up The Miz because he was sad, and apparently The Miz won the most titles of the decade, so that's a pretty cool achievement, but The Miz is not happy. Kofi Kingston says we should win more titles, and The Miz is like, this is not about titles, are you stupid? And he got mad for no reason whatsoever. He smashed the plate of pancakes, and this basically set up a match. So it seems like every time Bray Wyatt defeats someone and ends the rivalry, that guy who lost to Bray Wyatt, or should I say The Fiend, or yeah, just Bray Wyatt, I feel like at this point, turns heel. And I kinda like it. You know, that's how much power Bray Wyatt has in the WWE, in that universe. I appreciate that. That's pretty interesting. But you all know it's going to end once Bray Wyatt is going to face Roman Reigns. It's kinda unfortunate. Elias had an amazing performance. He took shots at Shane McMahon, The Revival, Dolph Ziggler, and King Baron Corbin. I like Elias as a babyface. You know, this may be an unpopular opinion. He's a better babyface than a heel. More short jokes. Yeah, you are short. You are very short. We're just a little bit taller than you, so that's funny. That's very funny. Ali is just as short as you, but we're not making fun of him. Makes a lot of sense. We got Shorty G versus Dash Wilder, and this was pretty cool. It was pretty refreshing. But Shorty G won the match. After the match, he was attacked by the other dude. Sheamus interferes. Like I've said, the Christmas spirit. My man looks amazing, looks in a great shape. He saves Chad Gable, and then he gives him a bro kick because obviously he's a heel. Like, just for 5 weeks, he was talking about how SmackDown is, you know, full of weak dudes. So that was pretty good, you know, nothing really special, didn't have a lot of impact, but Sheamus is back, and hopefully he's going to be in the mid-card or in the main event. I'm not really interested in this Sheamus versus a short guy, because Shorty G is short, and Sheamus is big, so we're gonna get another King Corbin versus Chad Gable storyline, but now it's Sheamus. Please no. Please no. We got Kofi Kingston versus The Miz. That was a pretty cool match. Really enjoyed it. You know, it reminded me of the good old times, 2012, 13, when these two were facing off every single week on Monday Night Raw. That was pretty good. But Kofi Kingston still wins the match. So The Miz is not happy about it. He attacks Kofi Kingston and then he runs away. People are chanting "you suck," and The Miz yells and rants about how he does everything and he gives everything. So my man was acting like a full heel, which is pretty interesting. Now, I don't really think that he is going to turn heel. I feel like this is going to be a thing that is going to happen for a couple of weeks, and then he's going to, you know, go back to normal because of Daniel Bryan probably. But it just shows how much The Fiend affects you know, people that he defeated. Of course, an interviewer wanted to talk to The Miz, but John Morrison opened the door instead. And even though this is a horrible return, like, dude, I can't think of anything worse. I do like the idea of The Miz and John Morrison reuniting. In kayfabe, it doesn't make sense at all. I feel like, if I remember that correctly, I was watching WWE, I remember The Miz hit a skull-crushing finale to John Morrison, and that's why in kayfabe he had to leave the WWE because he was injured. It doesn't make any sense, but I still like it. It's pretty cool. Now, I feel like it could have been handled a little bit better. You know, maybe The Miz acting like a heel in the middle of the ring, and then John Morrison interferes with his music, and he tries to calm The Miz down, or something like that. Even that scenario is not very good, but it would still be a little bit better than just opening the door and John Morrison. Yes, it was shocking, but dude, like, come on. Otis defeats Gulak, Strowman defeats Cesaro. I'm not even gonna talk about it. Do you care? I don't think so. Let's not waste our time. And of course, we got the main event, Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan versus King Corbin and Dolph Ziggler. So Roman Reigns is entering the Royal Rumble, and he basically said before the match that Daniel Bryan is going to win the title and I'm going to face you at WrestleMania, please. No, but that is a very likely scenario, except it's not going to be Daniel Bryan, it's going to be Bray Wyatt, and Roman Reigns is going to be the first one who will beat Bray Wyatt. Yeah. Anyway, the match was pretty nice. It wasn't anything that special, but I do appreciate the mind games, before the commercial break. Bray Wyatt's laughter was, messing with Daniel Bryan. And then, by the end of the match, Daniel Bryan was attacked by The Fiend. And my man was basically out. Roman Reigns tried to check on him, but he was attacked by King Corbin and Dolph Ziggler. Because WWE are not creative enough, we were about to get the same segment, the same moment of dog food or whatever, but the Usos interfere, they make the return and save Roman Reigns, and that's how the show ended. It was pretty cool. I don't like the look, if I'm being honest. I feel like long hair looked better on him. So it was a pretty cool show, I guess. Not very good when it comes to storylines, but it's a bit of a reset button because we got a bunch of returns, a Miz heel turn, so I feel like next week is going to be a little bit better, and I'm hoping for John Morrison's actual return in the ring or promo, whatever. Entrance, theme song, something, I would give this show probably 6.8 out of 10 because I didn't get bored. So let me know your score in the comments below. Thank you for watching the video, and as always, the great one, peace, love, and hugs. It's been a pleasure.